God bless. I want to give honor to God who is the head over my life. Um, I spoke on yesterday that I was doing a 7 day, um, 7 day fast for Sabbath day. I told each and every person that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday that you would be eating unleavened breads and drinking water. This is a ceremony cleansing for the sick, the shut in, the people that have cancer, sicknesses, or illness. Okay. God led this in my spirit to go to a 7 day fast. Matter of fact, He led me to do it for 40 days. If you notice, I've been doing a 7 day fast for Sabbath for mostly this whole month. Okay. I have 2 more weeks of Sabbath because the Lord is calling me to go into prayer for things, and that would lead me in prayer to pray for the people of God. Okay, so and it's through spiritual cleansing, it's through healing people that are sick and shut in. He wants people to have spiritual healing. Okay, um, my subject is visions of judgment. Okay, locust, fire, and plumb line. Amos chapter 7, um, 1 through 9. This is what the sovereign Lord showed me. He was preparing swarms of locusts after the king's share and been harvested. And just as the late crops were coming up, when they had stripped the land clean. Okay, there's a bunch of pagan idols, okay, that are bringing down locusts, fire, and a plumb line. Okay. Um, they want to strip the land to poverty. Okay. So there's nothing left of it. And I'm urging the people of God not to help pagans because they are here to kill, steal, and destroy. And unless you tear down these idols, unless you tear down these altars that are pertaining to claim that they know the Lord and they don't. What they know is money. What they know is greed. What they know is ambitious. What they know is how to lie, how to steal. What they know is how to destroy a nation. Okay? So verse 2 says, when they had stripped the land clean, there was nothing left in the land. And this is why we have so much chaos in the land. Because the nation, the earth, the people that God built are clinging to these idols, these worshiping pagans that are only here to kill, steal, and destroy. They worship the devil, okay? And they're here to lead you to the wrong path. And that path is going straight to hell. Okay? I cry out, Sovereign Lord, forgive. How can Jacob survive? He is so small, so the Lord relented it. And this, Jacob, the nation, the people, were not listening to Jacob. They were listening to the idols. So they made Jacob feel small. But because people were more interested in what the idols were saying, what the pagans were saying. But the pagans didn't know God. See, the Lord wasn't even speaking to the pagans. And see, the pagans were sending the Lord's people astray. And Jacob was calling the people back to God. because he knew before long the Lord was going to turn his face from the people. See, he was trying to save. The Lord sent Jacob to save the people from out of captivity. See, Satan had the people in captivity. He had the people bound. He had the people bound to do evil. He had the people bound to worship these idols that were pagans. "11. This will happen, the Lord said. This is what the sovereign Lord showed me. The sovereign Lord was calling judgment for fire. It dried up the great deep and devoured the land. Then I cried out, Sovereign Lord, I beg you, stop. How can Jacob survive? He is too small." See, Jacob was too small for the nation because the nation was following behind idols. They weren't listening to Jacob. But Jacob was who the Lord sent to help people get to the right direction so that their souls wouldn't burn up in fire. But Jacob was small because no one was listening to Jacob. They were listening to the pagans. They were listening to Satan. Then I cried out, Sovereign Lord, I beg you, stop. How can Jacob survive? He is so small. So the Lord relented. This will not happen either, the Sovereign Lord said. This is what he showed me. The Lord was standing by a wall that had been built true to plumb, with a plumb line in his hand. And the Lord asked me, what do you see, Amos? A plumb line, I replied. Then the Lord said, look, I am setting a plumb line among my people, Israel. I will spare them no longer. The high places of Isaac will be destroyed, and the sanctuaries of Israel will be ruined. With my sword I will rise against the house of Jabum. In everything that you do, people, the Lord is trying to save this nation. If you look in Israel, there's a blackout. If you look on this earth, it's corrupt. And the Lord is trying to save his people from captivity. And some of you, you're turning to Satan. And Satan is carrying some of you to fire. So I urge you for this morning, take heed until what the Lord is saying, okay? Satan had some people in captivity through witchcraft where they were following him with all these pagan idols, okay? And he had me to go in a 7-day Sabbath for 40 days to remove the hold, to remove the bound, how Satan bound y'all to him, to follow pagans and to follow him, okay? He was sending some people straight to hell. He was doing witchcraft on each and every person. I have been going in prayer because each and every person that followed him, he brought illnesses on each and every person. So my job from the Lord is to get people out of captivity. Okay? My job is to send healing And my job is to redeem the people of God. But if you do not listen and you do not take heed in what I am saying, then you will still be captives of Satan. But the Lord is trying to redeem you back to him. Some people don't know that they are walking dead right now. See, Satan already took your souls. The Lord is trying to redeem it back. But if you do not listen to the words of the servant that he sent, then he will turn his face from you, because that means that you serve Satan and not the true living God. I am the servant that God sent, that the Lord is leading to bring his people out of captivity from the devil's wrath. So my job is only here to be a watchman for the people of God, to remove every barrier that Satan put on y'all. See, it was a bunch of pagans that a lot of people were listening to. While you were listening to them, they were using witchcraft to bound God's people, to watch them, to turn to them. It led to a bunch of people being sick. Okay. My job is for you to go on this 3-day fast with the unleavened bread and the bottle of water, so that people can be healed. Now, a task of a servant from God is not for money. It's for people to be freed. Because unless I release the hold that Satan has on you, your souls are going straight to hell. Okay? And God has led me to redeem his people back to him. But I can't do that if people keep following Satan. These pagans, they portray to be God. Those are called antichrists. They're here to stray you from the true living God. Now, as a seer, I can see things that people can't see. But I'm here to tell you, Satan is very real, and he is here on earth. And he wants to destroy everyone in it. But the Lord is trying to redeem his people back out of captivity, so there will be peace on the land. As a high priestess, you have to have a covering over your head. As a high priestess, you can't have your hair shaved, okay? It dishonors the Lord, and it dishonors God, and it's a tradition. Another thing is that know who you are serving and know who is a true follower of the Lord. I always tell people, get the knowledge for yourself. Stay off these internets. Stay off these internets. Get the knowledge for yourself about how to get a closer relationship with the Lord so that his anger get to the point where he turns his face away from the people of God. God bless.